Well, here's an update. I got these casters, which I'm going to use for this little workbench. So I got 4 of those. Picked them up. I went and picked this little pulley up from my garage. I've got 2 of these. And that was what I was going to try to use to pulley up this carpet and have it sort of be suspended up there. I just don't know if that's going to work, but I'll try. What I'm worried about is that the carpet probably can't be suspended between 2 ends like that. It probably needs to be sitting on a solid surface going all the way across. So, in fact, I'm pretty sure it's not going to work. So I'm just going to have to think of a different place to put that rug. The other thing is I've picked up a light bulb, right? Now this is there are so many different light bulbs nowadays. This one, I had sitting in a thing right outside of my front door that, and the front door just automatically comes on. It's one of those dusk to dawn sort of lights. It's just always on during the nighttime. But inside, this is one of those neon lights. And so this thing was just like flickering like a match. I couldn't hear it or anything, but it was just flickering. So that is a really strange light, right? Well, the light that I put in, I wish I had it here, it's just as strange. The outside of it felt like rubber or something. Okay, and we'll see tonight if that flickers or not. I suppose it's all very energy saving, and it's just all all of a sudden, it's like all these different light bulbs are coming on the market, and it's like, well, what am I supposed to get? And what the hell is this? It's got this funny stuff on there that sort of, it's just odd. I guess I should YouTube this light bulb and see if I can figure out. It's got these yellow things in there, and all these little openings. It's just an interesting lot of technology, I guess, in there somehow. That is. This is, who in the heck? Did Phillips make that? Anyway. Yeah, looks like snow is on its way. And I am turning over to winter time. And so I have to bring this tiller inside. Now, one thing that I wanted to point out on this tiller here, this is a Frontier, what is it, 1149. It's a 49-incher, okay? And the thing, there's a couple of really cool things about this. Now, first of all, this particular tiller is less expensive than the John Deere brand name tiller that is like 48-incher or 47-incher or something like that. It's their standard tiller nowadays. And so this tiller has a couple of cool features. Well, it has one cool feature, okay? And that is, coming off of this right angle gear, the whole tiller can be offset, right? So when I'm driving, right, the tiller is sticking off over this way, right? So you can see right there, right now it's centered, but I can stick it out this way, right? I can just move the whole thing over by undoing a couple of bolts and then shifting the whole thing over. And the reason that's good is because when I am tilling, I will sometimes have to get underneath these trees. So, you know, and I've got, so that makes it pretty handy. Okay. So it's a nice one. And the other thing is that tiller, so the John Deere tiller doesn't do that. And this thing I picked up from the dealer for like $500 less. Okay. I think somebody may have used it once. I don't know. It looked brand new to me, but the guy said, I think somebody ordered it and then they didn't want it, you know, so it wasn't technically used. It was just sitting there. And so they gave me a really good deal on it. I'm happy with it. It's worked great. And so what's next? I have to, you know, I have to take off that bucket and put this 54-inch blade on. So, you know, the whole thing about the John Deere tractors, I'm going to go on and on here for a second. I'm going to go on and on for 10 minutes for a second. They had this whole marketing campaign that was geared towards, or I don't know, sales pitch. It was, I don't know how big of a marketing campaign, but it was, you know, Quicktach. You know, everything was Quicktach. Well, you know, sure enough, hooking this tiller up is really easy when you have the, you know, that iMatch thing, right? Just back up to it, hook it up, and away I go. They even have, you know, some sort of a doohickey up there that you can hit in the PTO shaft even gets hooked up, right? But, you know, I just hook that up by hand. That's easy enough, right? But, I mean, I can just back up to that thing and, you know, it's like hooking up a trailer, right? You know, a ball trailer almost. That's about how difficult it is. Then, also, this was a big seller for me. It's you know, I realize it's not that big of a pain to take off a mower deck, but when you can just drive over it, and you know, it's just so easy. You know, I'd never go back again. It's one of those things where if you don't have it, you probably don't miss it, right? But it's no problem for me just to take that thing off and put it on again, take it off, put it on again. It's no problem, right? I don't even give it a thought as to how hard it might be. Okay, so those are the good things, right? That bucket, getting it on and off again, is so simple, right? So I think that John Deere did a pretty good job of the Quicktach thing. Now, where did they fall short in my mind? Okay, first of all, they fell short in your ability to convert from summer to winter, right? You know, I would like to be able to have a front mount broom, right? Or even a back mount broom, but they don't sell a front mount broom that works seamlessly with that Quicktach of that thing, of the drive over deck. Because they have to have a shaft that comes back from the front that goes to the middle PTO. That's a pain in the ass, because I went there and I was going to buy a broom and I saw what they had to do. You know, they've got to take a whole bunch of crap off underneath there that allows that thing to Quicktach. And so I was thinking, you know, it'd be nice to have that broom, finish mowing the lawn, and then go out with the broom. But no way, you know, am I going to get under there every time I mow the lawn and switch those things out? Forget it. So I told them they could keep their broom. And but I did pick up this thing, right? And you know, by the way, it's the same way with the snowblower, right? I would much rather have a rear mount snowblower. In fact, that's why I built my own sweeper over there, was because I couldn't find one. John Deere doesn't make it. No one really makes it where it's, you know, halfway affordable. I couldn't find one. I looked all over, could not find one. I built that thing for like $500. The most expensive part was the right angle gear, which I bought brand new from Northern, I can't remember where it was, CSI Gears, or I can't remember what the heck it was. but a whole bunch of other stuff I got from Northern Tool. I got the chain and the sprockets and the whatever the heck the things are called, the things that you stick in the one thing that allows everything to rotate. You know, the shaft goes into it and it allows it to rotate like a coupler with bearings in it. The bearings. That's what I'm trying to think of. And so, anyway, I don't know where I'm going with this other than the fact that, you know, they did a great job except for the front mounting of that thing, right? So when I put that thing on, right, I can't put on the bucket, right? And putting that thing on is a chore because you have to get out your wrench, you got to undo a whole bunch of like 4 different bolts, and then plus a bracket, a bunch of like 3 or 4 bolts on the bracket on both sides, and then you've got to put on the other bracket, and then you have to put on so you have to put on a couple of other brackets. You know, I might as well show you how I do it when I do it, but then you have to put this thing on, which is a, you know, I don't know what the hell it is. It's like a thing that allows you to couple. Then this thing has to go up to that coupler that you hook on, and then you can hook that on, all right? Now once that is on, that becomes a Quicktach thing so that you can switch between this and your snowblower or your broom if you want, okay? So so that's, you know, that would be very nice for the winter time if you were a big corporation. You know, you just switch everything out once for the winter, and then you have all these different tools that you can use. But, you know, I would like to be able to use some of those in the summertime, like that broom in particular. I have no need for the snow blower, but if I did, I wouldn't want the front mount one because I don't want to have to hassle with all the stuff that I have to take apart underneath there that allows this quick coupler over here for this deck. Okay, so anyway, that's a long story, and I'll probably just post this and start a new video for the garage makeover piece. Oh yeah, and so what am I doing? I'm bringing all this stuff in. I'm bringing that in for the winter. I got to bring in a couple of other things. I didn't get my pallet stuff put in here yet, but you know, I'd like to put that up on the pallet shelf when I get it. That way I don't have just a totally cluttered area here. All right, over and out.